tuning in to the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Wait, Khalil, you're failing me.
Because the words was different. That threw me off.
Singing.
I can't get no satisfaction.
It's good. Welcome, AfterBuzzers.
I feel offbeat.
Have you figured it out? This is the Satisfaction AfterShow here at AfterBuzz TV. We're so happy you joined us, and it is a momentous occasion here in the studio today because
Momentous.
And possibly other things, but we have the most lovely and fabulous and gorgeous Katherine LaNasa. Go on.
We are so excited that you're here tonight.
You
this
are?
is like the
Yes.
we are.
I'm excited
Yes.
about your pony shoes.
Oh, you have no idea how much that made my day.
You might have to come into Adriana's web.
Oh!
When we
Is
come
that
back
me?
next year, I'll be like, there's this girl in AfterBuzz.
She's ready. I'm ready. Take me in. I'm doing my Spidey hand.
We all want to go.
It's kind of great there. It's like it's a really great house. I love hanging out
I
there.
want to go to the house. Can we all come
That
to
is
the
a
house?
highlight of me watching every single
house.
time. Is the house.
I know.
It's like a character itself. I'm just like, oh, I
And
want
the
to
people
come
that
over.
own it, the Leonidas's, are
Oh,
really
what?
awesome. Yeah.
Is that the chocolate family, or what are we talking here?
No, I forgot what he does. He's some
They're
kind of
like
engineer, and he
some
goes
sort
to
of
Saudi
Greeks.
Arabia to tell him how to build stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, and underneath the house, there is. We can hear a lot of stuff.
I know.
Shut up! We're trying to do a show in here.
Come on, people, get it together. What is this?
I think
What is
someone's
this
laptop
operation?
Janky crap.
Oh,
playing
laptop.
video.
Are
Oh
we
my God,
listening
is
to
it mine?
someone else's show?
Maybe. I'm like,
We
think
were
it's- oh God, I
we
think
were
I failed
imposters.
everybody.
Oh, it's okay. We're
There
good
was
now.
a lot of chatter behind us, and now it's gone.
So
There's
more about the
a
house.
whole other house underneath the house you see on the
No.
show. There's so much house in that house. So,
Is it like a basement or just
yeah,
a...
that you go downstairs and there's a where you look out and there's the pool.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you kind of look like you're up above the pool. Well, it's sort of like underneath there, and it opens out onto there's a kind of side yard lower down on the other side of the pool. Like you could step down from there to another lower level. And there's these two huge bedrooms down there. This huge den. There's like there's 3 bedrooms down. There's a couple of. It's like the house is just this meandering.
it sounds
thing.
terrible, Katherine.
Yeah.
So when I go to work there, because base camp is so far, because it's in the middle of this swanky neighborhood, we can't really line
Yeah.
the house with the streets with that many trucks.
Yeah.
We don't have our trailers up there. But I had my baby like 6 weeks before the first season.
I read this.
Yeah, and so they gave me a special. And I was like, listen,
Yes.
I can't just be nursing and pumping or whatever any old place. Like
Yeah.
I need to have a situation.
Right,
Yes.
it's standard.
And my baby would come to work, and I would nurse her at work. So they ended up giving me this big bedroom and this big bathroom. So I go to work, and it's like, it's Catherine's room. And everyone else can suck it. Like, it's my
Wonderful.
room. It's
Suck
my
it.
baby's room.
It's the way to have it.
But now, like, the family knows my baby, and, like, they know me. And, sometimes I get there, and so early, the teenager will be asleep in the bed, and I'm like, don't worry about it. And, like, we wait, and then we set up the baby's bed, and, like, she sits on set. Now she's auditioned for an acting part. She got it. It's like, it's all, like...
It's just like your own
It's
world.
really kind of like Catherine's
Everything,
house.
yeah.
And like, I'm like, I'll tell the mom, like, oh, you can use anything you want in the kitchen. Before one of the scenes with Stephanie that you saw, I was like, I need something to drink. She's like, would you like some vodka? I was like, yes, I would.
I guess I would. Oh, this sounds wonderful.
Yes, I
Great.
would.
You basically live there.
I do.
You have a
I'll, like,
lifetime invitation, I'm sure.
I have them make me like whatever I want for lunch, and I just doctor it
Oh.
up in their kitchen, and it's great.
I love it.
This is the best on-set story that
ever
you could ask
existed?
for. Yeah.
For everyone watching, we're going to recap tonight for you Season 2, Episode 4, Through Bondage. And you can't see Catherine's shirt, but she is wearing a bondage shirt, for sure. I saw the back of it, and it's all torn up like she's been, like,
Been through it.
whipped and chained all night
Gorgeous
wrong.
A bad episode with a cat.
I'm gonna go with the first one. Option A.
The sexy option.
I'm Allison Dean. You can find me everywhere at the Allison Dean. This is Blake V. Blake, where can they find you?
That is me. I'm Blake V. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Blake V Media.
Khalil, where can they find you?
Khalil Boo Boo, Twitter and Instagram. Khalil Boo Boo.
Like it.
I only wear Khalil Boo Boo.
Oh,
I know.
That's right.
Oh,
It's
He's
very
really-
exclusive.
He's for sure
It's
putting that
coming.
out into the
It's a
world.
line coming out next October, so keep your eyes open,
All
guys.
right.
Lauren?
We'll hold you to that. I'm Lauren Salon. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat at Lauren Salon.
Can I just say something to the
Yes.
viewers out there? First of all, where's my camera?
It's
That's my
everywhere.
bad.
Yeah.
You have
Everywhere's
many.
my
You
camera.
have like.
You're right.
There's like
You
12.
can use that one if you want.
You guys all look like your name.
Oh, really?
Right.
Yes.
God bless you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's very
Yeah,
interesting.
exactly.
Lauren
Like
Salon
if you were casting your character by your name,
Here
I would
I am.
cast
It would be
it to you. You look like a Lauren, you look like a Blake. You know, yeah, exactly.
Like
So what you're
this.
saying is I can't take my fiance's last name. It just wouldn't work.
You're
I had
stuck.
a friend
You're a dean.
I'm the
named
dean.
Shelley Hodges, and she married this guy named Lauren Schmalley.
No.
And her name is Shelley Sue Hodges. She is Shelley Sue Schmalley.
Oh,
And
no.
I was like, all of her friends at her bachelorette party were like,
no.
oh, well, it'll be okay. She's like, he's going to cry if I don't take his name.
Oh, Shelley.
I was like, you cannot take his name.
Uh-uh.
That's awful. Well,
She did it.
She's
Shelley
Shelley
Sue
Schmalley.
Hey.
Sue Schmalley.
That's like
That
a-
is
That's
tongue
rough.
twister.
Shelley,
Yeah.
yeah, tongue twister.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was the friend that said what everyone was afraid to say, but it's true.
yeah.
Don't do
Shelley
it.
Schmalley.
Shelley
Don't.
Schmalley.
That's a rough one.
Okay, so quickly
Satisfaction.
before we dive back to it, before
Back
we
to the
dive
thing.
in, I need to know. I read an Entertainment Weekly article where you mentioned that you kind of saw some of yourself in Adriana when you read the script, like initially.
Wow.
You did say this.
Yes.
I was like, I promise you, or at least someone was lying if you didn't say it.
Okay.
So was there anybody else that, like, when you read the script and you are reading the character Adriana, anyone else that came to mind, like, for you, or was it like, oh no, I
know-
visualize myself as a dominatrix
It's
badass.
morphed because you don't know when you do a pilot
That's true.
what you're going to get later. So originally, it's so funny, when I first read it, I wasn't sure if I liked it for me. It read a little arch, almost like a part that was written for like someone on Dynasty or something. And I just thought, well, I don't know. And then the minute I read it out loud, something else happened. Sometimes that happens where you read it and you're like, I don't know. And then you do it out loud and it's like it just has a life of its own. And it was like a good life. And I realized that I could do her like an old cool girl, like Kate Moss.
Yes.
So that was kind of who I had in mind. And when I
Oh.
was with Dennis Hopper, when I was in my 20s, I was in these scenes, you know what I mean? It was like New York in the 80s, and there were these girls, and then I moved out here to LA with him. He's the father of my son. And there were just these chicks that had like been with this guy and then gotten divorced, and they had worked that and moved those relationships in business. And, you know, like I would be the kind of person, like I divorced Dennis and I moved on the other side of town and went to acting class. You know what I mean? Like I didn't like marry the next most fancy guy and like, you know what I mean? And work it and just always have to, but there's chicks that do that.
Yes.
They're opportunistic and not necessarily in a bad way, but just they're
calculated.
yeah, they're just always working it. And there were just certain chicks like that were also, they were very, they were wealthy, and they sort of had this way that they threw away their wealth, like there was an ease about it, like it wasn't all like, oh darling, like the kind of person that would just throw an $8,000 dress on the ground or something. And I thought like I saw her like that,
Yeah.
like you know, that there was just an ease about it that I don't know how to put it.
No, I think you put it well.
No,
and now,
yeah,
so
that
the
makes sense.
voice that you do, like, because I mean, we're hearing you right now,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like there's like an added. Khalil, do your sexy voice.
I feel like there's a
Yes, that.
very sexy element to
It's
the
It's
way
a
that you
little
speak
slowed
It's a
down.
little
and the words
affected.
that you choose.
Yeah.
breathier.
You know what's funny is sometimes this stuff mostly it just comes to me when I do a character, like, and then sometimes I don't even understand what I'm doing until later,
Right.
but then it will make sense later even to me. I think that sometimes what happens is my subconscious mind hooks up with the writer's subconscious mind. I know that's a really weird thing to say.
I think they probably
But
appreciate that.
I'm not an analytical actor. I just go with my gut, you know, and I just trust the feelings that I'm having about something or the instincts that I have to do something. And I just I've been doing it long enough now that I'm fine with that. Like, I kind of find it exciting. I would never break down a script and analyze it.
Sounds
you
terrible.
know?
Yeah.
No, it's
like,
like,
oh,
I don't
terrible.
even get it. It's like, what are you going to, like, map out the painting? I guess people do. I'd probably just
Like paint by
all-
numbers?
Yeah, I'd probably just paint all over the place if I was a painter. So
I like that.
Yeah.
I think, though, that also came from them. I think I thought that she was going to be a little more naturalistic than she is, but literally the first season, I had to say to them, only 2 darlings per scene. I could only say darling twice in a scene. There was so many darlings that I sort of felt like they kind of wanted that somewhat arch quality. So I tried to kind of work with that and find my way with it. And to me, it's a little tongue-in-cheek, and I think it makes it fun. Like, I always kind of think I'm a little bit in a comedy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a little bit in a comedy. I think that's what makes the show fun. Otherwise, it would be a very serious look at marriage. I think that I think a lot of what I'm doing is funny. Like, sometimes I'll do a scene like like when I'm crying to her about my husband leaving, and then like it wasn't written that I'd choke up, but I thought, like, that's so screwed up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like trying to take her husband, and yet I'm like trying to get her to feel sorry for me. Sometimes I'll do a scene and then I just start immediately laughing right after.
I was going to ask you that, yes.
Yeah.
Even when she was in the cage in this episode, and Grace is like, "Oh, you're in love with Neil. You're in love with me," and you're like, "Oh, get over yourself, girl." Just like breaks it down right there. And
that was kind of fun.
Yeah,
As she's like leaning against the wall, like leg up.
I know.
She's like,
Cigarette,
I own
yeah.
this freaking
But
cage.
also, like, stuff just happens. Like, that was like the cinematographer. I mean, one of the cameramen I really like, and he was like, and we decided this year, like, if there was any opportunity we saw, I was like, just tell me. Like, I don't need to, like, think about my acting that much. Like, if you want to do something, or you find a way to make it better, or also if you can help me, because sometimes, we all see those angles. We're like, oh, Mary, like,
oh, girl, I know.
why didn't somebody tell me to, like, turn a little to my left?
Oh, yes.
So he said, "Oh, Catherine,
yes.
put your leg up there." And then he's like, "Okay," and then and he was whispering to me, "Okay, lift your cigarette. Okay, now, now, and put it down." So he directed me on some of that
So
while we were
good.
there.
That's
It
cool.
was so
So
good.
just to make it happen, to make it fun.
Yes, and I love this episode tonight for many reasons that we'll get into. But one of them was dealing specifically with your voice, since we were talking about it.
Yes.
Because I feel like in all the episodes up till tonight,
Yes.
it was like the same Adriana voice. But then she had a moment with Grace
Yes.
the morning after.
Oh, dear.
And it was like completely different, and she was a little stern and a little upset and like taken out of the moment,
right.
and it was like totally different than the voice that we've all come to know.
Okay.
That was a standout moment for me.
All right, good.
So speaking of standout moments, so we start this episode off with a very, we end last week with a very steamy kiss between Adriana and Grace.
Right.
And so we kind of didn't know what to expect with
Where would it
this,
lead?
but with an episode called Through Bondage.
Lays it on out there for you.
It just really, it gives it to us on so many levels. So yes, they have quite the evening, don't they, Lauren Salon?
Oh, they did.
You enjoyed that, didn't you?
I did. It was very exciting to watch.
Yeah, I did too.
And actually, Khalil really enjoyed it.
Yes.
Khalil, favorite scene? No?
He's like, why'd you single me out like that?
There's more of it next week, actually. There's more of it.
Spoiler alert! Okay, it's okay.
there's more
exciting.
You can do whatever you want, Catherine.
They just needed to keep shooting that.
Yeah.
Oh, and then allegedly I've taped it. And so I played
That's what I
that.
was thinking.
Yeah, oh,
That's
yeah,
what
I
we were
taped
wondering.
it.
Who said
yeah,
that?
and then they couldn't use what they shot the first time. They needed to shoot it some more.
Oh, well, of course they did.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then I just lived at the gym. I just lived at the gym this year. I literally would work out twice a day and eat like
salad.
I'm so much fatter than I was on the show.
Oh,
I was
no.
so skinny.
It's working. I think I even said that in the pool scene. Was that
Oh
last
my
week?
God.
I was like, dang, girl.
That was
she
anxiety
looking
all the way. You know what happened with that? My boss was like, "Can I show your ass on TV?" And I was like, I would love to let you show my. I said, all I care about you showing my ass is just like if it looks good. I go. So then I taped my ass. I thought, I'm just gonna look at it. I turned on my thing. I taped it. I was like, oh no. And actually, I asked my husband. I was like, can I have my ass naked on TV? And he's like, sure. And he's like,
He was supportive.
like, what am I supposed to say? You can't. There's no answer.
No,
you can't give me
there's
an
no
answer.
way out of that.
He can't give me an answer, so there was I went to the gym a lot.
Well, it
Oh,
looked
so
all looked
good.
And then I was all like, you can't show it close up, you can only show it far away, and only like this, and
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
good.
Yeah,
It's
and
pretty
the lighting,
next to
all
a lot
that.
of
And
gym.
even just the wardrobe. You know, she has such
Oh my
sexy
God.
Yeah.
clothing. Even
That-
in
well
tonight's
with
Oh,
the
I said
wardrobe.
that like walking through the house
that,
and
like,
like
hot
you had
pants,
like this.
robe
It's like a
situation.
gown.
It was
The
like
wardrobe
shorts,
is
but
so
then it's like
good.
has this little flap like
yeah,
cape
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I love
That was
superheroes.
good.
So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I have a cape earlier in the thing. We
So
laugh at
good.
it.
You
I laugh at
Very
it
good
all.
outfits. You have very good outfits.
Very good outfits.
So I feel like, in the essence of the fact that you're here, we're gonna blaze through the Simon and Neil parts of the show. So let's just we'll quickly blaze through that because So basically, we see Simon talking to Neil about the punch he gave his dad because clearly they're
And you know
trying
his
to.
dad
Send it
is
to
my
the hospital.
Yes.
We do know
Yes.
this, Catherine,
We
and
do.
we were going now.
Oh, you guys are just gonna have to come back.
Oh
Please come back
yes.
together.
Now you have
Come
to.
back
And
for
I-
the
For the finale.
finale.
And I
on the
love
show.
him in
Okay.
Devious Maids too. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I loved him on Melrose Place because I'm much older.
all right, we get it.
Apparently,
we get it.
Apparently, I'm older. I was like Devious Maids. Don't know if I saw. Anyway,
Do you know what? You want a little piece of TV trivia?
Go for it.
Yes, we do.
I did this. It's called The Beard, but I did the Beard episode of Seinfeld, which is basically the Melrose Place episode where Jerry's dating a cop who doesn't believe that he's never seen Melrose Place and puts him on a lie detector test. I am that cop.
I was like,
Now I'm
I
gonna go back
have
and
never
watch it.
seen Melrose Place. I have
Oh.
I had never seen it then, and I've
good
still
show.
never seen it.
What?
I have seen the opening when he's at the refrigerator with his, his abs. Yeah.
you're like, that's my man.
I've seen.
That's my man.
I didn't have a TV, or I didn't watch TV. I don't know. I think I was with
fine.
Dennis then. I was watching CNN all the time. We didn't watch Melrose Place.
There's a time and a place for CNN, right?
Yeah.
So, yes. So they're talking about Arthur because Arthur's in the
Arthur
hospital.
Waverly.
Arthur
Waverly.
Waverly. And basically, that's when Neil learns that he is a Waverly. That Simon has lots and lots of loot in the mix
Mo
here.
money, mo money.
And
I was hoping it would turn out that I was Simon's mother.
Oh.
Wouldn't that have been really weird?
That would
That would have been a
be
twist. for
amazing.
sure. That would have been a
Yeah.
twist.
I know.
And
Oh,
very-
the storylines from that.
Okay, I
Real
know.
quick though. So wait. Grant playing Arthur, was that because you were like, hey, my husband is pretty
Yes.
hot,
Yeah.
and he should be
Yes.
In this.
Okay.
No, actually, those two guys remind me of each other. Blair reminds me a little of my husband.
Oh.
Yeah, there's something about them that's really similar.
Adorbs.
They're both really good guys. They're really like beautiful men, but they're
Mm-hmm.
kind of regular guys, and they're both really good guys. Like I got super drunk at the first rap party because I had been nursing, and
You're like,
I was out of practice.
right.
Literally, Grant was like, you can stay
lightweight.
out. I was home 45 minutes later. He goes, you realize I left you 45 minutes? I was like, yeah. We took a cab to the new location, and I'm old enough to go, yeah, I need to go home. Like, I'm not even getting out here. And Blair got in the Uber and drove me home during the rap party and then went back to the party. He's
We
that
want
guy.
Oh,
Huge.
gentlemanly.
Let's get him in here
I know.
too.
I was like, Blair,
Yeah.
come on in.
So I recommended him, and my boss said, would that be weird? And I said, no, it wouldn't. And then I sent him this awesome picture of him that I happened to take one at dinner, and he just looked so handsome, and he was in a suit, and it just was very Arthur Waverly. And I was like, oh, there's this picture I took the other night or last year.
Lounging around.
And then I sent it to him, and they gave him the part.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Nice.
look at that.
Could I
Age
know?
it.
I know Arthur's health is in question right now, not
Yes.
looking so good. Is there a possibility that your guys' characters may cross paths at all?
I can't spoil it. I would
Damn
like
it.
nothing more.
That would
Yes.
be fun.
I mean,
I think
obviously,
that's a
because
yes.
we're not
I
rooting
think that's
for
a
Emma
yes.
and Arthur.
no.
No.
Why would you?
No.
We don't need any young,
No.
skinny, pretty girls on there. Enough blondes on this show right here.
That's right. That's
right.
No,
right.
she's great. Nikki Whelan.
She
she's
is coming
great.
in, actually.
I'm joking.
Next
No, we love Nikki Whelan.
But I would tell her I do feel like Arthur is not her man.
No. That ship has sailed. I
That ship-
don't
that ship
know.
has sailed.
Since the beginning, I don't
love
like that.
Nikki. We love Nikki.
We love
she
Nikki,
She was really
too.
fun to have around.
All right. So, okay, back to Simon and Neil. Simon
Blah, blah,
and
blah. Back to Adriana.
I know, right? You're like,
Basically.
okay, just
Basically.
quickly,
The
like
race-
recap. Give us the 2-minute recap of Simon and Neil. What did the guests
Oh,
need to hear?
okay. Putting
2
you on the
minutes.
spot.
Yeah.
I know. She keeps doing that.
minutes.
They have
go.
a bed. They
Neil's
race a
gonna recap.
car.
Yeah.
Potentially gonna help manage
Lauren's got this.
Arthur's money. They do some car races and like you know.
I don't
Is this
know
for people
who's
that don't have time to watch TV? Is this like TV Cliff Notes?
Yes.
Yes.
It is.
No,
Yes.
it's-
Spark
highlights.
notes for TV.
No, Catherine, it's for people that really want to like discuss the juiciness.
It's for people who've already watched it but want the inside scoop on
Inside
you, so we've got to like breeze through it.
Okay.
Breeze through
That's what
it.
it is.
So anyway,
You want
you
want some inside scoop on the fight?
Yes.
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 The fight at like
The boxing.
a couple episodes ago.
Right,
Yeah, tell us.
What? No, that wasn't this last.
No, it
episode?
was not. But
No,
you
it
can
was-
still
Shoot.
tell us. What
Oh,
happened?
yeah, they were playing in a thing. It just Sean is really big on the fight, on fighting. Our boss.
Okay.
Like he used to fight or
Boxing.
something. Yes.
Oh.
And so they were gonna shoot it, and then they couldn't shoot it, and they had to like go and learn to really box, and like it was a big deal.
Oh,
Interesting.
It's like a whole field trip.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Whole new life experience.
Is that it? I feel like they raced the car.
Yeah, I mean, what I liked about that sequence is I've liked the budding bromance between Neil and
Yeah.
Simon.
It's
I like
very
where that's
odd,
going.
right?
It's bromance.
They keep like butting heads and, then they're cool with each other.
Yes,
and then
but
butting
also-
heads
But that,
and then
that's
cool
a
with
very
each other.
male
sleeping, having an
relationship,
orgy.
though.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a very male
orgies,
relationship.
And then they have
and
an
there's
orgy.
some like mentorship, like
Mentorship.
father
I
dynamic.
I know it's funny for how we're also forgiving, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, then Grace is back living in my house. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh well.
Yeah.
But I like their partnership a lot.
Oh,
So
no.
I liked seeing that scene, and when
Mm-hmm.
Neil like cuts the car so that Simon will win, and there's like I don't do business.
Oh,
Right.
you know.
sleaze buckets.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, or whatever.
So I like that, but you know, it was a small.
I really
small bit.
appreciated that garage. That garage was amazing.
yeah.
That garage
Nice.
was where we eat our lunch.
Oh,
And
man.
part of our production office.
Really?
Wonderful.
Was that like Jay Leno's garage or what?
Right.
It's just this big white warehouse, and they just made it look like that. We have great production design this
Oh no,
year.
you do.
I know, and I know they can't have a ton of money.
No. Okay.
Well, it's done
I'm like,
very
they do
well.
Very well.
for
It gets
their
better.
budget.
Yeah,
Oh,
it gets
better?
better.
They
Yeah.
can
Man,
design my apartment.
Field trip.
For real.
Oh, yeah.
trip.
Annika
trip.
goes
Set
and
field
lives
trip.
in the woods with somebody at some point, and there's this whole cool bunch of people hippies living out in airstreams and stuff in the woods.
Oh.
She's coming back for that episode actually, Annika.
Annika
Yeah.
is.
Michelle.
yeah.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
here not too long ago.
She loves you, by the way. She says, I want to grow up and be
her.
like you.
I love her.
Yes.
I take her under wing.
I want to
yeah.
grow up to be like Catherine, too.
Okay. Okay.
I know. So,
We're all just going to appear in
We
your
all do.
trailer, Catherine. Or no, just in
So
the
just
house.
beware.
I have
Yeah,
a lot
just-
of problems.
Okay. All right. Now I feel like
Let's
that's
get to the
sufficient.
meat.
Sorry, y'all. We're going to talk now about the meat. It's all about Grace and Adriana this episode.
It is.
Yes.
It's really all that matters.
Did you
Yeah.
all appreciate this, by the
Oh,
way?
yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I was getting a lot of 50 Shades from this. Well, I can say that because I've seen 50 Shades.
I
have
still
not.
haven't seen it.
haven't
No,
either.
no one
Wow.
else has seen the 50 Shades. So
Sorry, Allison, that's all you.
We saw about half of it.
Okay.
half of the 50
Okay.
Shades.
I think we fell asleep.
Doing better than the rest of us.
She's like, I live the 50 Shades. I don't
Right.
see it.
I'm acting it for you all.
She's like,
I found it a little silly.
it just
Yes.
seems
I think
ridiculous.
it's a little silly. I think S&M is kind of silly. It's kind of funny.
right?
Yeah.
They're all just kind of nerds. They're just like a bunch of nerds. Like any kind of nerd.
This is hilarious.
so
Sorry, it's
straightforward
not
and
really that
amazing.
sexy. It's kind of nerdy.
It's kind of odd,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I mean, I could get...
It doesn't seem sexy to me. Like, it doesn't seem like it would really get you.
Listen, I
Get
get
in
it.
that chair.
I think that like whatever really turns you on, like whatever your personal kink is, like I get that whatever that is. So if that's wearing leather or doing that, like the material stuff seems like I could get that, like to wear the vinyl or just to be dressed up feels really
dressed
sexy.
up.
But some of it is just silly. It's
The
silly in the way
acting
that all
part.
of the role play to me
Yeah.
seems silly, you know, and like the whole. What is that thing? The visual reality. What is the virtual reality? Yeah, like it's kind of like that, you know. And I know a lot of people like it, so I don't want to put it down. Actually, my husband's been invited to do some virtual reality thing with him tomorrow night, and I was like, "Oh, you can't do that." And he's like, "No, but so and so's doing it, so maybe it's cool." I'm like,
Yeah, my husband is all about the video
Yeah.
games and virtual reality. He's like, it's so cool. He's like, I know you don't care so much. I'm like, I think it's cool from a technology standpoint, but I'm not gonna like nerd out with you.
I
that
know.
much.
It's kind of like mana, but I kind of like it if the Muppets are coming over here.
Yes.
But I kind of, if Grant gets a little nerdier, it doesn't hurt things. If everyone just thinks he's a big geek, that's fine.
It's
Let the
better.
ladies
It's
away.
better for you, right? Exactly.
You're like, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
Exactly.
So Grace comes to, or the contractors that are working at the house find this like S&M cage thing behind a wall at Adriana's house, and then they proceed to sort of
use it
together, which
Yes.
we all enjoyed very much.
Yes.
And then we see some toys also being busted out. Well, I mean, really, they were like weapons, but you know,
They were.
it's
like
She
a
started
ravioli
bleeding
cutter.
I know.
after
It was.
the ravioli
I was like,
cutter.
and there's
Reminds
blood.
me of.
But that became like this catchphrase. Like for some reason, the said cameraman Fred would say all the time, "The Wartenberg wheel." Like we'd be about to roll, and he'd go, "Wartenberg wheel."
Oh, no.
And it's called a Wartenberg wheel. That thing. Wartenberg
That's the
wheel.
official torture device
I want to
name
call it a
for
ravioli
That's what
daughter.
it reminds me of. The
ravioli.
thing that you slice.
Hello.
So
So I read it in the script, and I think it's going to be like some kind of big mace or something.
Yes.
You know, like a big,
A large tool.
I thought something like that as well, and all of a sudden I get this. I was like, I called it a pizza cutter. Exactly. I was
Yeah,
like, what is
pizza
this? A
cutter.
little pizza cutter.
Pizza cutter.
They're like, make this sexy, Catherine.
Yeah.
You
Here
should have
we
seen.
go.
You remember that? Do you remember the episode before where we went to the dildo shop?
Yes.
Okay, so the
party.
dildo that we were supposed to use. No, we went to the dildo shop.
Oh yeah.
Remember when they
Remember
were
went to
like
the
shopping?
shop?
I thought it was a masturbation bar
Yes,
attached to the
that's it.
dildo shop. Right?
Masturbation bar. Okay.
Yes.
So, I have this line at the end of it was like, Grace, you've just been through
Oh, now
a
you gotta
highly
do it.
traumatic experience, not to mention the loss of a husband. And then it's something like, you need to like take care of yourself, or you need to let yourself go, or something like you need to enjoy yourself or something. And I was like, and then there was a dildo that had been picked out, and it was this big pink thing like this, and then this other big pink thing coming up,
Lord.
and it was this big comedy dildo. And I'm like, it's bad enough that I have to suddenly like rub a dildo on her and go, Grace, you've just been through a lot of trauma. That's it. I ad-libbed. You just watched a guy die in your pool, and found out your husband was a prostitute. Try out this big pink comedy dildo. You'll feel better, darling. And I was like, I can't do it with this dildo. And there was like kind of like a fight about the dildo.
Oh my God! What a day! What a day!
And there was
what
this
a day at
little
work.
more like kind of normal dildo. Oh, and you want to know okay, so
Yes, tell us
Lilo
everything.
gave us all those dildos. Because they can't take them back. Think about it. Like, they can't give us all these dildos for the show and then take them back, right? They can't.
Although someone probably would have appreciated that.
I
Someone out
know.
there. There's
Someone.
Everybody went
eBay.
around picking out their dildos. Everyone that was allowed to get a dildo, whoever was on the uppity up on the top of the call sheet that could pick their dildo to get.
They were like, I'm in.
Yeah. Who got that?
So like a lot of it, I
gold-plated
was
one?
like, oh, that's kind of interesting.
Oh
That's
my God.
No, I think we couldn't take that one. And
They can sterilize that one, okay?
yeah.
It was like a professional passion party.
And so, but then, what are you going to let people know about your kink? And so I was like, oh, I'll just take the one that I held in the show.
Yeah. Everyone's
I'll take the
closest to
giant
me.
pink one, right? Catherine's
With
like,
the
"Give me
extra-
that one."
With
the
those
extra side
knobs
piece.
and hands on it.
But there was a wide variety. Anyway, that's a little trivia.
There's
about
a
the
lot.
dildos.
funny.
There's all kinds of
There's
dildos
all
out there,
kind of stuff
Catherine.
I didn't know about.
Oh, it's been a
You're
learning
probably learning
experience.
so much.
know.
But
on
I've
this
always
show.
been kind of anti that electronics because I think it desensitizes you.
Because you're like,
Yeah.
I'll take a man.
yeah,
Yeah.
actually.
I'm with you, girl.
I know.
I'll take a
I
man.
appreciate that. Okay, I do because
Yeah.
there's things a machine can do, humans can't do.
I agree with you,
I
my
can't
friend.
I don't have
vibrate.
anything against it.
I
I'm
can't
just not-
vibrate.
But if you practice hard enough. No.
Yeah, I like the real thing.
I'm
Yeah,
with you,
that's
sister,
true.
and I'm gonna. Yes, I love you
And we're
even
back.
more now. I was
We're
like,
back.
and I love you even more. Okay, so then there's this whole thing. Grace basically declares to Adriana that she wants to feel what power feels
Yes.
like. And so what does that mean? Adriana takes her to some like S&M club or
Naturally.
some
Dominatrix.
a
Yeah.
play party place where they can dress up and.
That looked good, didn't it? I thought that looked really good.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole thing was lovely.
The whole episode was
Was lovely.
great. Like every moment.
Of you.
I
and-
love seeing Grace come out of her shell a little bit
Yes.
more.
Do you remember when Arthur Waverly is out by his pool?
Yes.
Yes.
Same house as the S&M house.
Oh.
Backside, double shooting.
Look at that.
All the viewers are like, can she come every week?
I know.
All these
Right?
secrets.
All this
That's
scoop.
That's
it's
the
so
other
good.
side of the S&M house.
The other wing.
I didn't even.
The other way.
Yeah, they lit that very well because I definitely thought I didn't
totally
even know
different
it was
location.
Yeah.
No, didn't think it was a house either.
No, I did
Looked like
not.
hallways or a warehouse or something.
Oh, interesting. But
Yeah.
remember when we came in that front entrance?
Yes, but still, I was
Still?
like, oh, that could be a strange club in LA.
Right? Like you could have shot
Yeah.
the exterior somewhere else and then filmed in like a warehouse
It's still
or
got
something.
that like Spanish kind
Something.
of architecture vibe to it. But it did feel different. We'll have to
Very
rewatch that.
And then Grace zeroes in on like a dude that kind of looks like a working class guy, which I was like, oh, maybe she zeroed in on him because he kind of
Looks like
What?
Neil.
looked like Neil.
Yeah.
Well,
That was
not-
what the script
wait a
said.
minute. He didn't look like. Let's be real here. No, Matt Passmore. He was not that. No, he was not.
He had the same professional
He was
vibe.
wearing a suit.
He had a
That's about
suit.
it.
Yeah,
exactly.
he had a
He
suit.
was wearing
That
a
was
suit,
it.
and that's all I got. But Grace really goes Christian Grey on him, and like dominatrix central, and throws him in a dental chair, which I was
As
like,
you do,
that's funny.
I'm sure.
It's the scene.
Marathon Man.
Marathon Man, and then they don't show us much more of that, which
No.
I was kind of
And
saddened.
I knew last week when we were watching the teaser for this coming
Yes.
week that the flash of Neil in the chair, I was like, I bet they're just tricking us, and that's some vision.
And they were.
I wish it, I want it to be real, but hey, maybe they reconnected, so maybe
It was
we'll
like
see
a
some of that
foreshadow.
next
At the
week.
end of the day, they really want each other.
Yeah, they
do.
So cute.
Do.
So after all that fun that Grace clearly has that evening, then she comes to find out that the divorce papers that Adriana showed her were forged.
Me and my little wily assistant.
Yes.
She overhears.
I love your assistant, by the
do
way.
too.
It's so good.
Can she come to the studio? Okay.
Moving
Oh,
on.
that's a
Moving
yes.
on.
That's a yes.
Cleo's like, can she please come in?
Yeah.
Could you
I
please
just,
come in?
It's so funny how these scenes are played out in these shows where, like, Grace just leaves. She's like, I'm going to my room or my bed or whatever.
Yes.
They think she's gone,
No.
and then the
No, I
conversation
love
is
it. I
just
love it. I
just
love it.
loud and in the open. And
Yeah.
so, did you really
I know,
think
I
this
know.
out,
I love
forging?
it. I know. But
She's
I think
like,
that's
what?
kind of fun.
Yeah,
It totally is.
it is.
But then,
It
of
totally
course,
is.
that leads to kind of actually, some of the most interesting moments, I think, of the episode.
Truly.
Yeah.
Because then Grace really gets peed off and proceeds to start packing, and then we see her going Christian Grey towards you, basically.
But wait, I love the little part when she's packing and then like she picks up the dildo and I'm like, this
Should
was
I?
okay.
Should
I'll
I?
take
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Should I not? Should I not?
Yes.
She locks you in LK Joe, and that's we talked about this a little bit. But Neil, he has, so in these moments of Arthur and all that jazz, he has some like memories of his dad, and somehow he thinks of Grace because of this, reminiscing. So he comes to the house
Yes.
and wants to have words with Grace, and that leads to them really professing their love to one another right in front of you.
Yes.
What was it like filming that scene? Tell us.
It was actually one of the ones that was a little bit harder to kind of know what Adriana would do. I didn't want to look at them. I
Okay.
felt that I wouldn't look at them. And then the director, who's someone I've really known forever, said that he felt that was a weaker choice, but it felt like the truth to me.
Uh-huh.
And so he wanted me to look at them. And I can understand that too, but it was only strange for me from that point of view, not from the sexual stuff. I mean, sometimes it's really weird, like even like all the making out and everything with Grace, it's like there's like anxiety about it beforehand. I think it's a lot of it is just feeling like the set's right, or that we're going to be protected, that we're going to be lit right, or that we like, have a sort of like that we're going to be comfortable, doing it. But once we go to do it, like I just do it. Like I just go for
Yes,
it,
you do,
know?
girl.
It's
Yes,
like,
yes, you do.
and it just kind of like, it's like an overdrive. It just sort of takes over. I don't really ever have a hard time in the scenes.
What about
There's
Stephanie?
anxiety sometimes before the scenes.
How is Stephanie? Like, do you guys have like giggle fests as you're like reaching towards her?
No, I can
Okay.
just say Stephanie Shostak is a pristine specimen, thank God.
I know that word
She
choice.
is just perfect. So it's like if I have to
Perfection.
make out with a chick,
You're like, good.
I don't have any weirdness in there. There's no funky stuff.
Ooh.
There's nothing to deal with. She smells like
Angels?
Like, yes, like she's like an angel. She's like a perfect.
see that.
She has no body fat.
No,
she's
she
like
does not.
she's like a
No.
perfect little person. She's like a little perfect Barbie.
She is kind
Yeah,
of, isn't
She totally is.
She really is.
Yeah, and because with that scene where she's in the cage and watching it, I think we've seen a few instances where we do see Adriana's, poker face kind of come down with her feelings toward Neil and even, toward Grace.
Yeah.
But I do think, in that moment, would she stare at them to put that guard back up?
Yes.
But really be kind of, inside it's kind of bugging her.
We did it both ways. Yeah, I think that what I decided about Adriana for myself, and that just made sense about the way that they write her, is that she has a lot of abandonment issues, and that I think that she had a big trauma like that, a big loss, like that her mother died or something when she was very young, or that she was like sent away to boarding school and had like all the best education and all the best stuff. It's a little bit based on what I thought about Heidi Fleiss. Because Heidi Fleiss was like, I don't know if any of you guys were raised here, but like Dr. Fleiss was like the doctor of doctors. Anybody sent their child to Dr. Fleiss. He's this very famous pediatrician, and he was very progressive. Like through his whole life, he was this really progressive guy and really loved kids. And he had many other children, and they weren't deviants, And he has this one who had every opportunity, I'm sure, raised in the lap of luxury in Los Angeles, who decides to become a madam. Like we always think of people in the sex trade as being sort of coming from nothing, like that's what they have to do.
Right, forced into
so
it in a way.
She's a deviant in this way, and I think that it comes from loss for her. So I think she's kind of trying to find some family or something with them, and it's kind of the point of like sort of obsession with these two.
Yeah, and she mentioned in an episode a couple episodes back, maybe even last week, I think, with Grace, about her first husband that she lost, who she was so in love with, which I'm very eager to learn more about that relationship, to kind of learn a bit more about Adriana.
Yeah,
we're getting more layers.
And the fact that she said too that
Do you
she
know it
wanted
was
to have
written
kids
that
with
he
him.
left, and I told Sean that he needed. I wrote him he died. It's just way more meaningful because I had this feeling about my mother, like that it was my mother, and so I just think I felt like all of Adriana's pathology is driven by loss. And so I said, it has to be died. And he was like, fine. I said, it's just so much more meaningful.
Right. Yeah. It makes her character a lot stronger. Like if he hadn't died, what would have
And I had,
happened?
My son's father died, and I was very close to him when he was dying and when he died, it's like, I've had some of that loss. I understand that, and so I could bring that to it. I just felt like it needed more depth. Than like I got a divorce.
Yeah.
She's too crazy for just having got a divorce.
That.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
We need a little bit more. So we leave the episode off. After you get out of the cage somehow, miraculously, after they let you out of the cage, after their
tryst.
epic sex tryst in front of you, you make a phone call to someone named Richard, and you call in a favor, but we don't know what that is. So that brings us to the predictions portion of this show.
Okay.
Predictions.
Who is Richard?
No predictions noises,
No?
James? No,
Okay.
we're not getting any.
Not today.
That's it? Oh.
There we go. They were delayed.
Delayed predictions.
I love this.
AfterBuzz
Thank you, James. I appreciate that. So, Lauren, darling.
gosh,
Lauren,
starting me off.
darling.
Lauren, darling.
Tell us what
shoot.
are you thinking about Dick, aka Richard?
Oh, well, that...
Or
That
anyone
like changes
else.
it every time, right? Like it throws you off.
Excuse me? I don't know completely. I mean, with what we've seen from Adriana...
I was trying to remember. I was sitting here trying to remember, what do I do? Because there's the whole season twists and twists and it twists and twists and twists and twists and twists. And I was like, wait a minute, what was I doing? Now I remember what I do. Oh, I do some stuff.
Because we know she knows everybody, and she can call in
Isn't that
favors
fun?
left and
So
right.
I wish you were Adriana.
Yeah, she can call in favors left and right about anything. Knows everyone. Fire that guy.
what
Fire
do
that
you
guy.
think?
So this has to be something big that she did for this Richard guy.
Oh,
But
yes.
I have no idea. I mean, I think she's gonna definitely use it to. We see Adriana and Neil going head to head.
Yeah. She's either.
Coming
I think
up.
she's either going to ask him to kill somebody.
Blake.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
That's
it's,
too
she's,
far.
Yeah,
She's,
or
she's
isn't.
hasn't gone that
Or-
far.
She hasn't, but that doesn't mean she won't.
I don't think she'll snap.
But you guys
or-
are going to die when you see the end of the season. The end of the season is like redundant.
Oh my god, that's huge. I'm so excited.
This shit
Or
sound is crazy.
You have to come back.
we
You have
can't
to
even
come
do
back.
predictions now. We're just like,
I'm
whatever
I'm
we
thinking,
say
yeah, what's going on next
is
week is
not
fun,
gonna
but
do.
it gets nuts. It gets so much more nuts. It just gets so much more
I'm
nuts.
so excited right
I
now.
don't really want to see Neil and Adriana like in a hardcore like battle
Yes, you were
against each
saying
other.
this.
I kind
Yes.
of liked them. You know, when he decided to branch off and do his own thing, and she's doing her own thing still. I like that there was some, you know, tit for tat, playfulness, but a little competition. I don't want them to be like enemies.
Well, maybe they might be enemies just for a week or something. I don't know.
You know, hey, like
Yeah.
make
Like
up
Simon
sex
and Neil.
or
They
something.
did get
We'll
back.
see.
Grace and Neil did get back together a lot sooner than I thought they
well,
would.
but they're really not. I mean, so even
Well, yeah,
though
they're not-
They
right.
had a moment,
Yeah.
and then they were like not
and
at
then
the
she
end
was
of
like,
it.
I need to process
She's
this.
like, I need to stay with
See you
Adriana.
later.
I just
Yeah.
hooked up with Adriana and was a
I don't know.
dominatrix with some other dude and had sex with my husband in front of her.
I just need to sit
needs a
and
minute.
They're a
think
little
about
crazy.
it.
She does. She needs
So
a minute.
fine, whatever. She needs a minute, but it happened a lot sooner than I thought it was going to be. But I would say Richard is a private detective. It's a private eye.
Okay, so real quick, I kind of
side of the
think
law.
that Adriana has some like she filmed a video of her and Grace doing
yeah,
their
yeah.
business from the previous week, and like somehow threatens Neil with it or shows it to Neil, or I don't know, but I think there's something with that.
At his job, maybe.
Neil's already
don't
gone
know.
viral before. This could
Yeah,
be
he
now
doesn't-
Grace is going to go viral.
which maybe that's a good thing. But yeah, no, I'm very excited nonetheless, and you should come back.
Oh, yeah.
With Grant.
Please.
Yeah.
And we should talk about the whole
be
season.
fabulous. Oh,
yeah.
For 2 hours, since it's clearly like 1 hour, not enough time.
Not enough
No,
time.
no. When
No.
Katherine LaNasa is in studio, it's
Clear
just
the
not-
schedule.
James, we need more time.
Call Richard.
Call Richard.
Oh, Richard.
Big favor.
Before
we
we
need.
totally wrap, any other declarations of love that we need to pass along, and or any? Oh, Lauren has one.
I mean,
No?
no, I would
Her
just
face
say,
is
I
like
mean, I was
getting-
very curious about the, like, you know, how you prepped for all these, like, excursions and crazy things that Adriana
His
And by
rendezvous.
and knows
excursion,
about.
she means no.
like
I'm
going
just
to
kidding.
means sex.
the masturbation bar and the dominatrix party and things like that, because those sorts of things really do exist.
Oh, yes,
And-
they do.
And then do you bring any of this stuff home with you?
Oh.
Not stuff literally, but like, you know,
Or literally.
or
I'm
even
screwed up about a lot of stuff, but sex isn't one of them. And I like sex, and like I just don't have a problem with sex. You know what I mean? So none of it was really like, none of it was hard, or I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like I kind of feel like I understand sex. I don't know if that makes any sense, or it's like not an uncomfortable area for me. And so even if like, yeah, I don't know. You know, I mean, I think women are really beautiful and sexy. I wasn't really at a moment in my life where I necessarily wanted to be making love to a woman. You know what I mean? Like I'm nursing. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I'm really into my husband. But you know, Stephanie and I were so into our parts. And we have such a small cast, and we all just know each other so well that it was sort of like we just all, she's really committed and I'm really committed, and so we just all wanted it to be really good. So it was kind of more like that. I don't know, and then it was really fun to be in the dominatrix stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
I got to wear vinyl.
Oh, you
Yeah.
look
I mean, I
good in
think
the
we just
vinyl.
really liked it. Honestly, it was all just really fun, and you're going onto a crazy set, and I don't know, it's all kind of just a wonderland there.
yeah.
There's nothing
Perfect.
really hard about it, you know,
way to
like you don't have to
describe it.
Well,
work
there's a
really
few
hard.
hard things about it, but heyo.
That's what I'm taking home.
And on that note,
I'm taking home Arthur Waverly.
here he is. Everyone, thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us, Catherine. We love
Thank
that
you
you're
so
here.
much. This
We
was
love
so
you.
much fun.
Thank you.
You are clearly one of our favorites.
All right.
We have to be politically correct here at AfterBuzz TV. Everyone, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
For this episode, I've been your host, Allison Dean. You can find me everywhere at the Allison Dean. You can find Katherine. Her Twitter feed is at Lady LaNasa.
Yeah.
Yes. Blake.
Yes, I am Blake V. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Blake V Media.
Khalil Boo Boo, Twitter and Instagram at Khalil Boo Boo.
Nice, Cleo.
I'm Lauren Salon. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Lauren Salon.
Everyone, we will see you next week for episode 5. Thanks.
Episode 5 is so good.
Oh, God, I'm so excited.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.